Some things are built to last. Tested by the elements, proven by time, engineered for whatever comes next. Summertown Metals. Strength in every storm. Building dreams that last.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather at noon.
Well, good afternoon. Taylor Plott here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a check on your forecast. Only some isolated showers and storms are expected this afternoon. Already seen some try to pop up across our area. I'll take a look at that here very shortly. But what about the rest of your forecast, especially going into the weekend? And are we actually going to get extremely hot next week? That's something we're tracking. I'll have more information on that a little bit later on. Let's take a look at your Viper radar right now. And I mentioned there is some shower and storm activity that's trying to develop across the area right now. It's all situated across parts of northern and northeastern Alabama, as you see here, for places like Parsons, Hohenwald, Columbia, here in Lawrenceburg, even across the shoals. We're all dry right now, but that doesn't mean that we won't see more shower and storm activity later on this afternoon and evening. But I will say I'm not expecting much of the way of big-time storm potential. So right now, the only ones that are on the board here across southeastern Huntsville near Owens Crossroads and Hampton Cove, and the other one that's near the Woodville area just to the west of Scottsboro in Jackson County. Those are the only ones that are on the board. Also looks like there might be one that's just to the southwest of Hartselle near the Falkville area. That's really what we're dealing with right now on the Viper radar network. But as I mentioned, there could be some more showers and storms that do develop a little bit later on this afternoon and evening. Temperature-wise, the main focus today is going to be the heat and humidity. Already 90 in Huntsville, 88 in Fayetteville and Pulaski, 88 in Columbia, 87 in Athens, 87 over here in the Shoals, and 90 already in Savannah. Everybody will be getting up into the middle 90s later on this afternoon and evening. Heat index values over 105 for some places. Taking a look at the Arctic Air Skycam network, showing some clouds around, but you notice there's not a lot of big cumulus activity. You don't see these big billowing cumulus clouds that are trying to get going, and that's going to pretty much remain the case over the next several hours here. But again, I mentioned there's still that chance for that isolated shower storm. The reason we aren't seeing much of the way of rain chances today is we're kind of in between two systems right now. We have a cold front and a trough that's moving across parts of our northwestern areas, talking about places in Missouri and Kansas over towards the Central Plains. And then we have that area low pressure that we're still tracking. It's really not going to be becoming tropical, but we were tracking it over the past several days. It is now moving onshore near New Orleans, and this will start to move further off towards the north. That cold front and trough is going to kind of nudge it further to the north later on this weekend. But we're kind of in between two things right now, so that's why we're not expecting much of a shower activity across the Tennessee Valley. That heat, like I mentioned, we still have that heat index, that heat advisory in place because the heat index is going to be generally between 105 and maybe 107 today. Tomorrow, we lose that heat advisory, so it's only in effect for today. But once we get into next week, it's probably going to be coming back. I'll show you that here very shortly. First off this afternoon, looking at just that isolated chance for showers and storms, roughly around 20% today. Temperatures getting up into the mid-90s. Weather radio forecast, 95 in Mount Pleasant, 94 in Leeton, 94 in Hartselle with a south wind at about 3 to 5 miles per hour, so that won't be helping the cause much of any out there. Hometown forecast, 95 in Lewisburg, 94 in Fayetteville, 94 in Pulaski, 93 in Lawrenceburg, 94 in Hohenwald, and 95 in Waynesboro. Across the state line, Huntsville coming in right around 96 degrees today, 94 in Owens Crossroads, 94 in Hartselle, 94 in Athens and Moulton, 93 in Russellville, 96 over there in Florence. Evening forecast, if you have early evening plans, you should be good to go, but once we get to the mid to late evening hours, we do introduce those isolated shower and storm chances once again. I think there could be a similar setup like what happened last night where we started getting development across northwestern Alabama and southern Tennessee around 9 to 10 o'clock. There's that chance that that could happen again. Question is, if it does happen, where will it be? So everybody has that chance tonight if it does happen. Low temperatures generally in the mid-70s, so another very mild and muggy evening and morning is expected for your Friday. Now, during the day on Friday, we do lower that heat. That heat advisory drops off the board because we're only working with low to maybe mid-90s out there. We have increase in cloud cover and better rain chances for your Friday. So let's walk you through your futurecast this afternoon. Cannot completely rule out a few spotty showers and storms. I actually really think there's not going to be much of a storm activity this afternoon. Now this evening, 6 p.m., we should be dry, but watch what happens as we approach the late evening hours. We do see something that tries to get going across northeastern Alabama, but it's not really showing it over here. That said, the idea is being shown by the model. So there could be something that tries to develop across our area during your late evening hours. So just keep that in mind. Our next focus is really going to end up being the shower and storm threat for your Friday. It's going to be a little bit more widespread. Not everybody will see rainfall, but at least it'll be a better shot than what we have today, even into your evening hours, still tracking some of those showers and storms around with temperatures in the 80s. And then we do it all over again for Saturday, but Saturday is going to end up being the best chance of showers and storms over the next 7 days. A really good chance as we go through your afternoon and evening hours, see that pretty good amount of coverage of those showers and storms. Good news is we're not expecting any severe weather with this, but as we've seen in the past, any of those stronger cells will easily have some heavy downpours, some gusty winds, and a lot of lightning. So just keep that in mind if you have any outdoor plans. Rain chances beyond Saturday, it goes back to 50-50 on Sunday, and then we're back to kind of that isolated to widely scattered category going into the middle of next week. And because of that, guess what? Rain chances go down, the heat goes up. 93 on Monday, 95 on Tuesday, and 96 degrees on Wednesday. And look at those heat index values, 103, 106, and 107. So it's going to end up being oppressive heat-wise. Like I said, even though the heat advisory is dropping off the board after today, it will likely be back during next week. Here is your 7-day forecast. Saturday is, like I said, the best chance for those showers and storms. Don't cancel any of those outdoor plans, though, but just have a backup plan and just know you might have to dodge a few of those showers and storms. That's going to be the coolest day on the 7-day forecast. Temperatures in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Then we go right back up into those mid and maybe even upper 90s. I will say this, on Tuesday and Wednesday, looking at some of the guidance, especially across northern Alabama, there will likely be places that get up to 97 and maybe even 98 degrees on one of those days. So it is going to be a hot one out there. So just keep that in mind. If you have any of those plans and during the middle of next week, there will be a lot of heat to work with. That's your latest 7-day forecast here from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Fred Gossage will be in at 5 p.m. to have another check on your forecast. Until then, I hope everybody has a fantastic Thursday afternoon.